Did you miss out on season 4 of Beyond Empty Nest? Don't worry, we've got you covered as we gear up for an exciting season 5 with fresh guests and powerful conversations. Let's take a quick look back at what you might have missed. In my solo episodes, we explored everything from helping newly empty nest moms navigate the delicate balance of letting go while still supporting their kids, to using affirmations to build resilience and confidence. We also dove into topics that help you step into your most authentic self, like uncovering the masks we wear, and even had a dad join us to share why stepping out of your comfort zone is a game changer. And of course, every episode ended with a dare to spark inspiration and encourage action toward living your most fun, fulfilled, and purposeful life. Catch all this and more wherever you listen to podcasts. If you prefer video, head over to our YouTube channel. And while you're there, don't forget to leave a review. Tell us your biggest takeaway or who your favorite guest was from this season. Got an idea for a topic you want us to tackle in 2025? Shoot me an email at Jodi, Jodi, at momswhodare.com. I'll find the perfect expert to dive in. Mark your calendars because season 5 kicks off on January 2nd with an inspiring conversation with Marcy Shimoff about creating miracles in your life. You don't want to miss it. Happy holidays from all of us at Beyond Empty Nest, and dare on.
People are craving connection, especially post-pandemic, right? We had that time alone in the house, and now people are really craving it, but it can be awkward to get started again. So I threw out a challenge for my AARP class this month. Yeah? I did. And I said to them, I was kind of channeling you with all of your daring on, right? Yeah. But I challenged them to invite a friend over. And AARP is not just 90-year-olds, right? We got to remember AARP is 50.
Later, whatever later means to you. But for me, it was my kids all left when I was in my 50s or late 50s. And now I realize life starts. A lot of life starts in your 50s and 60s. Because there are, it's a time for anyone, but women especially, moms especially. It's a time to really look at yourself in the mirror and recognize that you have a ton to offer.
There's risk in making emotional decisions.
This is actually one of the biggest risks and probably one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they make important decisions, right? Where you make millions of decisions every single day, from when the alarm goes off, whether you're going to hit snooze or you're going to jump out of bed and start your day, right? There are all kinds of decisions that we make. But when it comes to these difficult decisions, it's usually because that decision is about change.
Affirmations serve as a tool to remind us of our strengths and gifts, guiding us through difficult times, making us more confident in ourselves, and therefore more resilient. Affirmations support your goals and intentions, allowing you to stay focused, clear, and on target. It takes being intentional with your practice of using affirmations to realize the power that they truly have over our thoughts and our actions. We're going to talk about writing our own lives. What do you mean by that with both the writing, the WR, and the RI?
What do I mean by that? I think because I'm a writer.
Yes.
How I put my life down on the page. Mm-hmm. And I also think that we can write our lives. We don't have to buy into all the stuff that we've been told or all the stuff we believe, and we get to write all of that. We get to right those wrongs.
Well, ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, right? So typically there are 3 presentations of ADHD. There is the hyperactive, which we think about people that just cannot stop moving in many places. But what's interesting is it's not only the physicality of it, but for some people that hyperactivity is internal, where their brains just don't shut off. There's that. You have the inattentive type, which is the person that you think is sort of a daydreamer, heads in the clouds. And then there's something called the combined type, where you see a little bit of both.
Where have you missed the mark? The simplicity and gentleness of this question immediately opened my heart and my mind, because it felt far less judgmental than asking, how have I sinned? Instead of the usual fist tapping, she invited us to open our hands, placing our palm over our hearts, and gently rub that area as we reflected on the ways we had missed the mark.
Absolutely. And your soul knows what your purpose is. It's just that we have been so good at tuning it out or listening to our inner critic and really just not trusting the process. I believe that when we take action, we are so blessed, because then these things come into our lives. And having the right mindset too. I had to start asking myself as I've gotten older, is this something that I really love to do? Or is this what I think society expects from me?
I'm going to be honest with you, the sooner the better. You don't have to wait until you're 70 or 80 or 90. Really, downsizing to me is an ongoing process. We really should be surrounding ourselves. And then not everybody has, simplicity mindset. It's not for everybody. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Being home, I was able to sort of keep an eye on him, try not to do too much, because I knew in a year he'd be going to college. And he did grow and mature a lot by his senior year of high school, but I still wasn't sure if he was really ready to take on getting up in the morning and getting to class on time. I mean, those are the fears that you have too as a mom. And then exactly that, I had to change it in my mind that you did the job that you needed to do as a parent while he was home. You gotta let him go. And if he stumbles a little bit, it's okay,
The weight of constantly managing other people's comfort becomes overwhelming. And over time, we find ourselves wondering why we feel so disconnected, not only from others, but from ourselves. The truth is, wearing a mask every day is exhausting.
I will tell you, the number one thing that people say to me when I tell them, Jody, that I'm a stand-up comedian, is they say, oh, I could never do that. I could never do that. And I started to hear that so often, then it occurred to me that I would hear it at other parts of my life when I tell them I ran a half marathon, or that I do hot yoga in a room heated to 105 degrees with 50% humidity for 90 minutes. Like, oh, I could never do that. And it got to the point where I would say, you're probably right. If you say you can't do something, you probably can't do it. So why try? Because you have all your, it's a really big hurdle to overcome when you don't believe you can do something. So I think part of my message in my keynote talk is we have to turn those I can't do that moments into I can do that moments.
What you have practiced in the past may not be materializing in the body you want. And there's a reason. Your body's different. And even if you believe those practices of more cardio and deprivation dieting, which means counting calories, that is not good for your body in the long run. You are contributing to your longevity when we nourish our bodies with the strategies that I teach. And you will have a much happier and vibrant menopause, which lasts for the rest of your life.
It's expected to spill. You know that family member or friend who always says the wrong thing or makes a snarky comment. Well, instead of being surprised when it happens, how about expect it? They've probably done it before and they're likely to do it again. But here's the thing. How you react is totally in your control.
For anyone that wants to do filmmaking or storytelling, you have to build a sense of trust with the people that you are working with. And I think the I think the greatest gift, because I did this project over 4 years, was that I had plenty of time to build that trust and to, I think, get more authentic stories as a result and responses to questions.
The speed at which it moves, this whole dementia process moves, is really wild. Yeah. And the sooner you identify those subtle changes and the earlier symptoms, you can intervene and start to get services and start to get the plan in place and start to have those communications with the doctors. And it behooves you to put that cap on of, I need to get my head out of the damn sand and I need to look and go, what is going on in the future?
And that's when it hit me. Simplicity wasn't enough on its own. It felt like the lack of simplicity was blocking abundance from flowing into my life and my business. And I wanted more of that, more abundance in all its forms. So I evolved my word into a theme. Are you looking for new friends and community to dare on into midlife and beyond with? If yes, then come check out the Moms Who Double Dare. We're grounded in reconnecting to our dreams. We're your drama-free group of women where everybody's learning, growing, and discovering their next act together. Dare and check it all out at momswhodare.com and click the big pink button on the top right. If you're ready to dare on, I'm ready to lead the way.